everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Jeskai Soldiers here, and we can definitely see that we've branched out in what we would normally consider a soldier in this case, and we talk about this a bit in the outro. I have a lot of kind of things I want to change at the end, but this is where we started, and it is quite interesting where we have Heartfire Hero, who happens to be a soldier, along with Manifold Mouse being a soldier as well, with the Sword Master even. And that allows us to play kind of the strong lower to ground deck of Heartfire Hero and Manifold Mouse. We obviously know how strong this kind of combination can be, along with another mouse at the 1-drop slot and even a 2-drop mouse to kind of fill out this weird little synergy plan over here to go with the other things that we get in the addition to playing soldiers, whether that is a cheap 1-drop that we can play for free when we have the Baronet here. But we'll talk about this card in just a second. We have the Lord that pumps all these as well. We're not necessarily using spells to pump our things, but other soldiers you control get a +1/+1. That applies to all these. And then we also have this: whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, they all get +1 and +1 in flying, and all these will obviously get that buff. And if we just do a small target on this, then they all get even bigger. So obviously that's kind of the game plan there, with the Resolute Reinforcements and Knight Errant of Eos. But the main kind of idea around this, I believe it was Mythic Mike I saw post a video about this card the other day. The other day is like 3 days ago until the day I was born, so I don't actually know what day it was. But this card came up, and it's just one of those commons you just don't know exists until you see somebody play it and you go, oh, that makes sense. So I obviously kind of took a really different route and approach to the deck to play this with kind of the strong early game plan that we know exists in the format currently with Heartfire Hero and Manifold Mouse, and hope that we can kind of do it without necessarily needing spells like Monster Trades and whatnot, which I give kind of my honest review about that stuff in the outro, so stay tuned to that. Or if you don't really care to watch the video, you can obviously skip to that, and we can see some cards over here that I definitely talk about, where we play maybe the Sentinel, the Coppercoat Vanguard, and the Siege Veteran, and maybe go a little bit more of a human soldier route and just kind of maybe get off this plan. But for now, we're going to try it out, see how well we can do with it, and see what we can do to expand on a deck archetype like this, where we get to play Jeskai because the mana makes sense and we're not necessarily playing Convoke. So that's pretty nice. Outside that, let's go game. If it's aggro, Shelter by Ghost is too good, so I'm going to try, I guess. I can't really imagine that I'm going to draw many more lands. I play like 20, so more lands inbound. Watch. Soldier. You know, it's control. We're going to have a problem regardless, I think. But we do have a cavern, so we do, we don't, you know. Play our Barnett. Or Bennett. But we'll play our dude, okay? I don't know. This is Omniscience. We're in a lot of trouble. If it's not Omniscience, we have play, but Spell Pierce typically means that it's the Hottigen eyeball pile. Typically. There's a Hottigen. Very cool. So, fortunately enough for us, we'll play... Actually, we can do this a little bit easier, right? We just do a white here. Play our little veteran. Then Shelter by Ghost. This. Got that Hottigen. Smack our opponent for 4. Temporary Lockdown is a big fear here. And weirdly enough, I guess if we hit another land, we'll be pretty happy. But never really thought hitting a land in a spot like this is where I was going to find myself right away. Also hitting a couple of these legendary creatures, probably not ideal, but... Second Hottigen. Well, let's show this. Let's play this. Let's do this. I love Shelter by Ghost. Please no temporary lockdown, smile. I already used all my Shelter by Ghost. Oh, it's quite a funny game, huh? Isn't it crazy if they were just the Omniscience deck, I probably lost by now? Pass, they're going to look to bounce something here. Okay. It's pretty obvious. It's their play. It'll cost them 3 mana, and then they can block. They're most likely going to target my 3/2 veteran. I don't remember exactly how it's worded, but what if we just do this? Feels like a pretty obvious play that that's what they're doing. Actually, cancel here. Let's play here. We could offspring it. Does that reduce the offspring cost? It does? Why? Why does this reduce the offspring cost? That's actually incredible. Just do night. We clearly think they have a removal spell, so I'm gonna go as big as I possibly can. Then we'll grab, yes, you, and then you. We just like fully commit and just say, you know, if you find a temp lockdown, you find a temp lockdown, I guess. I'm fully committing. Find a lockdown, you find a lockdown, brother. I don't know. Sure. Doesn't really matter now that I've already pumped everything to the moon. And with our Harbin in play, kind of doesn't matter. Ooh, 2 mana, go find it. That's good. That's very good. Land, lockdown, lose the video game, probably. Oh no. Let's go. I just played around it regardless. You're gonna have to do it. I don't think any. Ooh, reanimate, bounce. They have enough. Oh, it's tapped. Yeah, I just said there's no way now, right? So what? Oh. What a stink bug on my mat. I about slammed it and crushed it with my hand. I didn't even look at the board. All right, we won. We'll move on. All right, we go first here. Another Shelter by Ghost, which is pretty cool. We'll keep. We'll deceive our opponent by playing a Heartfire hero on turn 1. And they'll be like, oh no, here we go again. And then little do they know, that's not what we're doing at all. I do keep starting with 2 Shelter by Ghost, which is kind of crazy. I think I only play 3. So to have 2 in both my openers to start off the video is pretty wild. Especially considering they were so useful last game. I feel like they're going to be dead this game. But, see? Here to here. Not going to let the secrets out with the cavern and just name Soldier. Much rather it be a lot more considerate here. Or I lose it anyway. Which obviously, you know, kind of where we're at. Soldier. I wish I could auto-name Soldier. This is really the only thing the cavern's ever going to name. I guess it could name Human the second time around. Yeah, we're screwed. Okay. Either need to hit a land or nothing really matters here. Okay. Veteran. We're going to keep playing creatures that die to spot removal. Till we run out. Or they run out first, but they could play a synthesizer here, I guess. Or they play a collector's vault and they have nothing. Alright. Brotherhood Inn is possible, I suppose. But if they're missing land drops, it feels like the obvious play is the Shelter by Ghost that. We hit him for 3. Obviously, we'd hope to hit a land so we can go Soldier, Soldier. They find a land anyway. They play a Maze Mind Tome. That's also not able to be activated. And then there's an Enigma Jewel. Okay. Now we have a decision to make. We either play Harbin, which doesn't really do us much. Whenever you attack 5 or more, they just get flying. Or we Shelter by Ghost and we stop them from drawing by taking the Enigma Jewel, but then they can still draw, right? We just kind of shut them off and hope they don't have anything. But then it feels like a synthesizer is such a loss here. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the Enigma Jewel is the problem. I could be wrong about that decision, but we're gonna have our veteran try his best, dude. Really are in the 3 land range, but we do have a lot of 1-drops and 2-drops and stuff. It just kind of comes off a little bit weird when this is the way we got to do it. I guess we did play Hardfire Hero into a 2-drop and then it just got double removed, I suppose. Bottom, they take 4 down to 13. One of the things, honestly, if we hit land, we're going to play a Siege Veteran and grow this creature out of range, hopefully, of any type of board wipe state, like Ill-Time Explosion, for example. Memory Guardian. For that, for example. We'll name Soldier. Do I play this or do I play both of these? I guess I'm gonna play the Siege Veteran. Obviously, can't really attack this turn with it. Gotta let them double scry up. Playing free creatures, it's unfair. The reducer would be kind of nice, even though Harbin doesn't really get around that, I guess. Went so well to kind of stalling out, which kind of sucks. In general, obviously. But we'll see. Reactivating the vault here. Like that's what they're kind of highlighting to do. Especially considering our opponent hasn't played a synthesizer, it always feels a little weird. I do think now that the game's kind of played out this way, it does feel a lot better that we've taken the Enigma Jewel away from them. They didn't put a stop on their upkeep to double scry again. That obviously feels a bit better. We hit a land here. If we do, we play double Soldier and then cast this Knight. I think. Feels like the correct choice. Hit another Harbin. Okay. I love playing my legendary creatures I hit every time. Harbin. Liner. Honor. I don't know if they have a random pump spell, I guess. Oh, they just take the damage. Sure. We're up to 33, which is not necessarily a big task for them at any point, right? Because of how fast their constructs grow, it won't matter too much. They're also going to gain 4 here, and they're most likely going to gain 4 next turn anyway. Having a soldier really with haste is kind of a problem, huh? Whenever it comes to Harbin, but realistically we're hoping not to draw that many of them, I suppose. Kind of the counter argument there. See it. Pass. Okay. No reducer, no mice in play. I'll bet. Frontliner here. Attack. They could have torch here, I suppose. This should be here. I could block my veteran, then torch it, I guess. Paying the 4. Does seem kind of wild. Block to 6. They take 8, 9, 10, 11. It's exactly 11 right now. They didn't have anything? Okay. I feel like our deck's operating kind of at a low right now, and we're still winning, which is weird. Certain things aren't working out as like idealistically as we wish, but you know, we'll take it. All right, we go first. We have reducer Man, I just can't stop putting the most expensive cards in my deck in my opening hand, apparently. Which is a little unfortunate, obviously, but we'll try. Start with Soldier, I guess. Thankfully, we find a way to make our blue mana if need be. And an extra land for Shelter by Ghost and the Veteran. If at all possible, but we'll see. Our opponent reading our card that we also ourselves did not know existed. So I was kind of just browsing around, as one does. Hey, there's a temporary lockdown. I wonder what that's doing. I wonder where that's going. Not for me, probably. So, land one. Actually, I could play this, right? It's actually a pretty sweet gig that we got going on here. So we'll play here. We'll play here. These will get larger. I'll attack for 3. You don't have to read my creature. It's fine. I was really hoping I could play these out and then have night come in. But yeah, I definitely think the creature with flash that makes 2 creatures has to come in. Maybe over like the 1-drop mouse even. I'm just unsure. Because I think the knights have felt significantly worse without it. And I mean like significantly worse. Okay, Cavern's a card. Go ahead and do this. I know we're missing out on some damage, but we're really trying to set up here. Carbon Barnet, I think. Soldier works here. Now we're set up. We have 6, 7, 8. Well, 6, 10, 12. Which is a bit over their half their life total, but they might have another temporary lockdown. Chart of Course comes in. 3 lands are in the graveyard. We see the Omniscience go finally, or what? Soul Guide Lantern? Fair enough. That is fair enough, my guy. So we're in a weird spot. That kind of helps. We're in a weird spot where it almost feels like it would be more valuable to just play this knight and try to one-shot them next turn. Because we have to put them on a bounce spell, right? And I don't want to give them that value when they're already struggling to get an Omniscience in their graveyard. So I think I'm doing that route here. I think I'm going for a one-shot opportunity here. I think it makes the most sense to do. It doesn't really matter how I do this. Okay. Veteran. Doesn't matter which of these I really grab, I guess. I guess the guard would make the most sense. Play the veteran out. We want to put this on a creature that will survive a temp lockdown. Moment of truth. We hope. We also didn't have lethal on that swing regardless, right? So it's kind of that thing where it's like, well, we have to do one thing or the other. A Day of Judgment obviously wins the game for them, which they don't typically play. It's a little weirdly too clunky. At least I found in the deck. But I'm not my opponent, so. This Day of Judgment, I still make a ton of creatures, right? So Chart of Course for 2. But now here, it also does not matter what bounce spell they have. We have so much overwhelming lethal here. Unless, of course, it's a temp lockdown. Alright. This is what? 5 mana? Sure. I will play. It should just be. Literally, should not matter. I'll play this just in case I need to blow up an enchantment that they might have at flash speed, I guess. Combat. Target here. Stack. Trigger on the stack. I have all these. Doesn't really get the job done now unless they have 3 of them, and they have to be able to bounce more than 4 creatures. Okay. We were also right. We put them on this card and that it would actually come back to bite us. And thankfully, they didn't have enough. Even if they had 1 more, they still end up getting struck for lethal, as it's obviously -9. One of those weird things. And this is the main thing I'm talking about. I think the flash creature we have to add. I might end up doing that now, but we'll see. All right, we go first. We've now had an opposite hand of what we've been having the entire game, it feels like. So pretty happy with that. I actually have lower to the ground creatures than the kind of overwhelming expensive creatures we have had. So let's go ahead and play this guy out. Got a 1/2 ready to go. Ready to Royal Rumble for sure. He's got a stick. Still happy about a stick. Attack for 1. Sure. Here. Soldier. Play the reducer. Then next turn we can play our entire hand. And then a Harbin can win the game. Which is kind of funny. Oh! What? Alright, we're going to do a little less than play our entire hand. Can I Offspring for free here? That's funny, if I can. I'm pretty sure I can. Let's play here. Okay, so they have a counter spell, which is a little tough. I can Offspring for free. Okay. And then we just pass. So I'm going to want to play this and sack it to blow up their temp lockdown that they play here. But obviously we play it and then we wait till their end step. Or they don't play a temporary lockdown. Here. Then the same rule applies. Okay. Who would have thought? Cavern and Standards. Very good. Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you. 1 lander and a dream? Sure. I'll lose. I love losing. Starfire Hero? It's gonna happen, dude. Oh. Yep. Kind of figured. It just was such. It's just such a good hand if it hits, right? So I don't know. Feels like I should keep, but maybe I shouldn't. Fear, maybe. Oh, keen eye, sure. Oh, we do hit. Nice. I don't even know what I reveal here. I guess manifold mouse, I suppose. This here. That away. Attack. Maybe I should have targeted this, because I think I technically get more damage that way, right? But this doesn't end up targeting, so it's a little bit weird. If I target this, each mice gets a 1-0. So it would have been 2, 4. I know it would have been the same, right? No, it would have been 1 more, because Sheltered by Ghosts. Right. Right. That's how that works. Correct. Oh, and now we're hitting lands like crazy. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody relax. Everybody calm down. We're cooking up some business here. Just don't have a 1-drop. I guess it's here. I just give my Heartfire Hero double strike and trample, or double strike, right? Attack with it. And maybe if I lose this creature, I'm fine with it, I suppose. They have to block their 2/1. They already have a creature in their yard, so it's... Okay. Get Delirium online. You're close. You're very close. You just need what? An instant speed spell? Enchantment? Artifact? Delirium. Trying to do Delirium things. Their red is bottlenecking them a bit because it is a painful mana. Not super easy. Sacrifice this. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's something. That is something. Okay, they have 2 mana. There definitely could be an instant speed spell here. And if the Audacity goes in the graveyard, they'll then have Delirium turned on. Which is interesting. Do trample. Because double strike at this point doesn't matter. There's the instant speed spell. Sure. Would you like to block? We just talked about the bottleneck of red. Have you? Okay, cool. We're done here. Nice. All right, so here we are. I think I have some grievances with how I ended up building it, and I think immediately I would go to a creature that I could play instead, which is this guy. I think this guy would be much better than kind of trying to do the manifold mouse and stuff. It was just like a cute thing I thought I was going to be able to do, but of course I had it constructed a bit different at the very beginning where I had, I don't know how long it's going to take, if not, could have been played. But I had it constructed a bit differently with the veteran in here, so like there was an idea behind kind of my madness where I had Heartfire Hero and this, and Heartfire Hero was just to be used as a soldier in this deck. And this could put extra counters on it and things like that, and then grow it itself. And, you know, I had 4 copies of Manifold Mouse and 3 veterans. And it just felt like if I ever drew Manifold Mouse by itself, I just don't have the pump spells to make it very good. So then it becomes like a lackluster 2-drop. Whereas playing maybe like a Coppercoat Vanguard can shut off a lot of this kind of interaction that we have to deal with, that our opponents are kind of able to play for free. And the other side of it too is it fits category of human and soldier, and if I have multiples, they're good, especially when it comes to playing Resolute Reinforcements where it can grow it across the board. So kind of an immediate change I would go through right now, which I don't want to do because obviously I want to be able to export everything the way the video was. But I would probably go ahead and just head towards the Coppercoat Vanguard plan and just cut these and maybe play some human soldiers that are 1-drops, because they definitely exist and it's pretty easy. For example, like the recruitment officer that we used to play in the past, we just throw these in as a 4 of down in the lower end, and then we also have some, like, maybe we play this one, which isn't necessarily the best when you're not playing the kind of thing that blows up everything, the Gleeful Demolition. But we also have, I believe, no blue 1-drops, but we do have a couple of red ones that could be played. For example, if you really wanted to play this, you could, and it does have haste, so it can allow you to put a little bit of pressure on. But overall, it's just kind of whatever at that point, where we can just also play the colorless one, I suppose. It's not a human soldier, it's just a soldier, I believe, so we would lose that ability to get it kind of buffed. I believe it's just colorless, yeah. So the Spectrum Sentinel would be kind of an idea card that we could play and just kind of trim out this mouse plan and just go that route, and maybe this and this would be free. I think that'd be a pretty decent plan, but I do think just losing the value on this and this would make a lot of sense, even though we'd love to have it with the Coppercoat Vanguard. I just don't know if this makes a ton of sense, because obviously these won't apply. I think this card worked out well, but we can also play the other creature with flash in this spot as well, because this blew up a temporary lockdown and things like that. But this card's pretty good. I like the way it played. I think it works out well. I think we have the mana to support this now, especially with like another untapped fast land that we can play in this format, along with a Cavern of Souls. that makes it very good against any kind of control deck. And then Vanguard's obviously a very solid card that we probably should be playing. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.